Hello, everybody. We're thrilled to welcome you all to the Bug Bounty Grand Finale. And the past week has been absolutely fantastic. During this session, we will reveal the top 3 hunters, share some impressive statistics, showcase excellent hunting examples, and of course, host a panel discussion and address your questions. Before we begin, I'd like to offer congratulations to the top 3 hunters who have made significant contributions to our Bug Bounty program. And another one in Tamar. We will definitely contact you once the session concludes. We will also reward contributors who tested, found bugs, and had approved PRs with great $50 Amazon gift card. So stay tuned.
Okay, cool. So just to give everyone a framework, what we're going to have today is talk about the leaders, really a lot of appreciation from the maintainers, and we have Matthias from the main maintainer of Kubescape to share more on this, and then we'll go over a few cool examples, different types, and talk about some quotes, and eventually also have a panel discussion and a Q&A session. Okay, so that's the flow we're going through today. So here are the top 5 contributors, and like Danny mentioned, we really appreciate the top 3 contributions. There were a lot of cool PRs that were being introduced, and with that, I'm going to pass the microphone to Yap. We're both here, and re:Invent and Vegas conference.
Yes, so I've been working behind the scenes and on Discord. So most of you have been in contact with me there. I thought it was fantastic to see in the last couple of days and over the weekend that you all started contributing so much. It really ramped up, and the number 1 spot, it went back and forth. So that was quite exciting. We asked Matthias. He said that the code coverage is over 50% now, up from 37%. So that's a fantastic job. Over 35 test suites, and in addition to that, also a lot of single tests or even multiple tests that were close to being test suites. 50 PRs merged, over 100 commits, and more than 140 files changed. To all the contributors, I'll be reaching out to you this week individually as well to set some time apart so we can discuss some of the things that happened, what you like, what you didn't like. And with that, I'd like to hand it back to you, Itamar.
Great. So now we're going to go through some great hunt examples, and Matthias will start with that.
Thank you very much. So, hi everyone. So yeah, as I told the team, I was quite happy spending all this time reviewing PRs because some of them were of really good quality, and actually some of them were like some good surprise. Usually you start very little, then you start hitching it, and finally you find some nice nuggets. So this is one of those examples. One of the contributors wanted just to add a single test for one of the version check. This is basically the code when you run Kubescape version that will check on an API to see if you are running the latest version of Kubescape. And just by looking at the suggestions from the Codium AI plugin on GitHub, well, we had some suggestions to add, and when I asked the contributor to implement these suggestions, we found out that the underneath method needed some refactoring. So this is good because then we started discussing about this for over 2 days, and at the end, the whole method was rewritten. We had some deprecated code. We we had a better error handling, and finally, instead of relying on this external API to run the tests, we have like an independent one. So I'm able to run those tests sitting on a plane without an internet connection. And yeah, so what we should keep in mind is that AI helped us having this discussion, and yeah, it just showed in this PR. So congratulations to the contributor. Next one. Yeah. So this one also was a bit more ambitious already. It was like adding a full test suite to one of the core components. And of course, sometimes you need to create some mocks. So writing the mock itself was like one or 1.5 pages of code. And when applying those mocks, one of the tests was failing. So we didn't understand. And it turns out, yeah, when one of the maintainers of Kubescape did the refactoring and introduce this tenant config, he forgot one place. So instead of having this component shielding the calls, the original call was still done directly. So when we mocked it, it just failed. So this is a critical bug because in some case, we want to be able to abstract the tenant config. And this is especially important if we are, because we are targeting CNCF incubation, and we need to be separated from the backend, because it's supposed to be an open source product without relying on the commercial product. So by fixing this bug, it allows us to give an abstraction on this backend. So very good. Last example. Yeah. So this one, I don't know if the idea came from AI, but one of the contributors suggested to rewrite the cache, and one of the cache that we have with an expiration. And actually, this cache was made long time ago, and it wasn't very well maintained. And a couple of improvements were added. And if you look at the very nice list of bullet points, this was like completely generated by Codium AI, just using the describe command. So for me as a reviewer, it's very nice to have such detailed descriptions, because it helps me understand what the contributor wanted to do. And then, of course, I used another command that we use quite often in the flow is the review one. And the review one gave me somehow the difficulty of reviewing this PR and how much time I should have in front of me. Because, you know, when you have like 10 or 12 PRs to review after a night, you need to choose where to put your energy. And having a scoring of difficulty really helps me plan in advance if I can do a short one before coffee, or if I need to take my coffee and my break before. So I really enjoyed having the AI, and of course, the contribution is great as well. So thank you very much. I think it was the last one, right?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. This is really, really informative and cool. Okay, moving next to some examples of the AI. This is specifically an example of the PR agent by Codium AI. Just as a reminder, there are two tools that Codium AI provides and were used during this hackathon. One of them is the Git plugin that was integrated into the Kubescape. just a couple of buttons and it's on. And also there is the ID plugin in VS Code, the JetBrains, etc. So here I'm going to show the Git plugin, which is called PR Agent. I was like following some of the, actually even I would say 80% of the pull requests, mainly to learn and to see if I can help one way or another. And sometimes it wasn't always clear, at least for me, you know, what's actually being done. So here's in a case where I actually use the ask command to check what is the bug that actually being fixed and explain it and give an example. And you see that contributor that also I think won the second prize in this case was also expressing what he thinks about this example. Cool. Second example is Matthias by himself saw how useful the ask command is, and then also use it. And actually on the same on the same issue, the same pull request, there was another very nice review that led a discussion between Matthias and a contributor. I think the one who won the first place. Sorry about not being. I don't want to pronounce incorrectly the names. Do you hear me, by the way? Still hear me? Okay, cool. Because I don't hear myself anymore. Okay, cool. So basically, yeah, we saw here an example where a review was given, and if you click, by the way, on the code feedback, you get a few feedbacks, and then you can review them and start working accordingly, and you see a discussion between Matthias and the contributor about how to implementing that. Cool.
We
That's
lost the
it.
presentation.
We don't want to
Sorry.
show too many examples. You can go through the PRs. Okay.
Yeah, we lost the share, Itamar.
I think I was kicked off, and that's what's happening there. 1 second. I'm joining back. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll share that if you go to the bug bounty page at Codium AI, you can find all the pull requests, and you can go over them if you want and see different usages example. Yeah, it's a good time for a discussion and also asking questions. Anyone wants to start?
I think I can share the screen, right? I will take instead of you, because we still hear you through.
Yeah, I was kicked off out of Zoom, so I'm using Yap audio. So I'm still here.
Okay, we can see your screen, Matthias.
Matthias, Danny, do you hear us? Just to make sure.
Yeah,
I can hear you. It's fine. Okay. You can talk. It's still the same. Do you see the screen that I'm sharing?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, but I don't think Itamar can see it, so he cannot comment.
Itamar can see it, and he's also back on this.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting. I had a problem here and with my computer. I'm back and I hear everything, and it's good. Please go ahead, Matthias.
No, but I was just sharing it just to show the screen, so then you can continue commenting. If you want.
Okay, so did you lose me before?
Yes, we lost you in the middle. You were just saying that on the Codium AI page, there was the list of the PRs that then we can then scroll to them and. Yeah.
So we will share now in the chat a link to the bug bounty page where you can find all the pull requests. There's a list. I'll do that right now. I think perhaps Danny, if you're the host, can you share it with everyone? I shared it with the host and panelists. Okay. So if you go all the way down, yeah, you see a list of all the PRs, and you can check out like a different usage of the PR agent. Yeah. So Matthias, how was it for you? Like, can you share a bit of your experience of using the peer agent as an example, or also the bug bounty in general. Yeah, would you recommend doing that again?
Yes, maybe I will check with my boss to have like more time allocated for this. But no, yeah, it was definitely very nice. And especially because I had like not enough time to follow, it was good to have the AI helping me triage those pull requests. I still wanted to run like the test manually and making sure everything was good before merging. But just having like a quick look in the description and in the scoring of how difficult it is to review, it helped me process them in the right order. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Great. Does anyone from the audience? Suleiman, sorry if my pronouncing is not correct. Umid, Muhammad. Okay. Meanwhile, maybe we can continue and show additional slides in the progress. I think it's you are sharing, right? Or Danny, is it you sharing?
No, it's
No,
Matthias.
it's me.
Matthias,
Sorry,
okay.
you don't see the
Matthias.
screen?
Yeah, I do, but can you move on?
Yeah. I just moved it to the next one. Like this is the one where I ask about performance, and then
yeah, I think so. About this slide specifically, what we saw here is that there was a command review being used, and then there was a couple of feedback examples, and then I saw that a very interesting discussion between you and a contributor who also won the first place, I think, and then so some implementation later on. So that was a really nice discussion, and this is how we think eventually AI tools are going to help in the software development life cycle. Yes, there are cases, maybe they will actually suggest code, for example, from issue to a beginning of a code suggestions. This is kind of a tooling that you're going to see in 2024. But I think like eventually the main usage is the intersection and between human and AI. And I thought this one was a very good example.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. It really helps putting context in the discussion, and yeah, it sparks a discussion. And usually, when engineers are discussing, great things emerge.
Cool. So can you move to the next slide? Okay, even the next one. Okay. So Danny, would you like to take this?
Yeah, so we also interviewed two of our top contributors, and the first contributor here who was kind enough to share with us a quote was Suleiman. And I think that Suleiman is also here. So first of all, thank you so much for being part of the Bug Bounty program and for a significant contribution. And that's, I think, a great example of how someone who wasn't familiar with both Kubescape and Codium AI until 1 week ago got familiar with our cutting-edge solution and actually is going to adopt it as one of his go-to tools. So thanks again, Suleiman.
Okay, next slide.
Yeah, and so same for Vibe Hub, which is a fourth-year student. And as he mentioned, Codium AI has made testing both enjoyable and efficient. And actually, this is something we hear quite a lot. So thank you too for joining us and being part of our program.
One additional thing I would like to add to that. That's Vaibhav. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. You have 20 commits, so that's a fantastic achievement in just in a week. Well done. Great job.
Great. So if I summarize the event, if you can move to the last thank you. So first of all, thank you very much to Kubescape as well as Armo, who was working with us on this first event. It's a one of a kind event of helping cleaning the open source from bugs and making our software more reliable. It's really one out of a few that we're going to have, and maybe eventually we're going to make it as a larger event, even I don't know, with OpenAI, etc. We're in discussion with them of cleaning the open source from bugs day. So it's really in the beginning of this, and we'll see if it goes well. So we'd love to see the participants of this bug bounty joining us to the next bug bounties, probably around January or so. And please join our Discord Codium AI server, to follow up on the announcement. And also, we'll love to hear feedback about the product, example via Discord, and also see you continue contributing to the very well-established Kubescape, and good luck for Kubescape with the CNFC initiative. And yeah, that's it. We'll make sure to transfer the money and all the prizes that needed to whoever contributed and won. And thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. So next event, since I'm not a maintainer, I will be able to join, right?
Yes, for sure.
That's a warning to the other participants.
If you can review half as good, if you can code half as good as you can review, I think you'll stand a fair chance.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Let's see if there's any additional question. Okay, love it. Thank you all.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. We're going to the reInvent, and we'll share some thoughts and information about reInvent and generally about Gen AI and reInvent through our Twitter X channels mainly. So you can follow that as well. Thank you, everyone.
Enjoy. Thanks.
Bye-bye.